What's up, rollers? Today we're going to talk about the recent announcement of the next official Wizards of the Coast supplemental book.
So, Wizards of the Coast just released a setting guide to Wildemount. For those of you who don't know, that's Critical Role Season 2, the setting for that. So there are going to be spoilers for Critical Role Season 2 if you have not watched it. That's your spoiler warning. Speaking of things we'd like to spoil, there are some things we're looking forward to.
One thing I kind of would like to hope to see in most of the supplemental books of Wizards of the Coast, we do see things like subclasses get added in. I am curious to see if we're going to officially witness the addition of Matt Mercer's custom classes. Blood Hunter, Gunslinger, some of the subclasses like Cleric's Blood Domain, Monk's Way of the Cobalt Soul, Barbarian's Juggernaut, and there's many more.
One thing I'm looking forward to, especially seeing a Wizards of the Coast format, is things like the Menagerie Coast or Zadash, like these iconic locations that Matt Mercer has created. We obviously get to see them fleshed out really well in the campaign, but I'd be interested to see what Wizards has written about them and like how that translates into this. For instance, like when you get something like the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide and you get these cool little blurbs about the history of all these different places, I'd like to see what Wizards of the Coast includes from Matt Mercer's setting in there.
This is something we always get to look forward to. New monsters, new magic items, new spells. Curious to see what monsters get thrown in that we've seen in the Critical Role show. After that, this was actually mentioned on the Amazon page in the description. There was something that they referred to as a heroic chronicle system. It's explained as a way to create backstories that are officially rooted in Wildemount. So if you're just trying to quickly jump into the setting of Critical Role, I think this is going to be a really neat way to just kind of throw yourself directly into Wildemount without having to put too much thought behind it. Or say if you're like me and a little bit behind on the Critical Role show, then you can kind of just go straight to there.
The thing I think I'm most excited to see is we get to see more of the magic of Dunamancy and the use of the beacons, and I love kind of mixing in physics and quantum mechanics and things like that into fantasy settings, so I think it's really cool that Matt Mercer has done something like that. I can't wait to see that in a Wizards of the Coast book. I will say, my initial reaction, though, to seeing this as the book that was produced by Wizards of the Coast, I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed, I would have rather seen something else like maybe Zakara or Kara-Tur or some of these super exotic locations that I feel like don't get enough love from Wizards of the Coast. Yeah. You know, like, I think we need more Middle Eastern fantasy or more Asian fantasy, but I would just love to see more stuff from Zakara or Kara-Tur and official adventures and stat blocks for things like Chinese dragons, you know, like, or Chinese inspired dragons, the kind of like things that don't have wings, things like that, or the relationship between genie and man, you know, or genie and woman, and the relationship between genie and like just all sorts of genies, all of the genie stuff. I want more of that. So I was just kind of hoping that instead of going into another setting like Matt Mercer's, very cool, that I just wanted to see more of those underloved settings.
If we want to talk like just different settings in general, something like that could have been related to Dark Sun or further development into Faerun, I think that would have been a little bit more interesting to me as well. And I say that because I bought the Critical Role tal'dorei campaign setting book that was published outside of Wizards of the Coast, and I don't think it was a bad thing. I actually really enjoyed reading through it, and I think they could have done the same thing for just this one. But with that being aside, this isn't a knock on Matt Mercer or Critical Role. In fact, what a huge accomplishment for him and the cast and crew.
Definitely. Yeah.
To be able to have this get to the point where now it has become an official Wizards of the Coast book. Just congratulations to all you guys.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we saw that foreshadowed with Archon the Cruel becoming canon in the Avernus book.
Yes.
So once I saw that, I was wondering how far they were going to go with bringing in characters from the Critical Role universe. It is cool to see that has come to fruition in that way. That is awesome. So what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for this? There's something you're looking forward to seeing in the book? Was there something else you would have rather seen? Do you think you're going to pre-order it? Let us know down in the comments.
And if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to us if you haven't already. We do release videos every single week. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Roll Talk Show and many other social media platforms to see how our week looks like. And until next time, just remember to roll with it.